What creatures haunt the ocean's abyss? Where a giant with legs spanning over 12 feet silently crawls through the seafloor. A ghostly figure with arms stretching into the dark drifts through the waters. And the beast with a hideous extending jaw that strikes from the shadows. Well, that's enough yapping for the intro. Now, let's dive right into it, shall we? Deep beneath the waters of the Pacific Ocean, a creature lurks that seems as if it has been transported from a distant era, rather than existing in the present day. This is the Japanese spider crab, the largest arthropod in the world. With its elongated, slender legs and formidable claws, the Japanese spider crab, or I don't know how to even pronounce this word, looks like it came from straight out of a science fiction film. But don't worry, this guy is actually a gentle giant. It's actually much more interested in finding its own food than trying to kill you. These amazing crabs are the largest arthropods in the world. How large, you ask? Well, their leg span can reach up to 12 feet long. That's about the height of an average basketball hoop. And on top of that, they weigh up to 42 pounds. Surprisingly though, their bodies are about only 15 inches long, which is much more smaller than their legs. In a size comparison, it's like the crab has the body of a small dog, but its legs are the size of a giraffe's leg. Japanese spider crabs are actually extremely good at camouflage. Their bumpy spiked shells look just like the rocky ocean floor, and they even cover themselves in seaweed and sponges to hide from animals that might try to eat them. You can find these crabs in the waters around Japan, usually between 500 and 1,000 feet deep. They like being in the deep water because it is cold and dark there. But during the breeding season, in spring, they come up to warmer waters. Despite their fearsome appearance, Japanese spider crabs are generally scavengers, feeding on dead animals and plant matter. Their strong claws help them tear their food apart, but they also use them to protect themselves and attract mates. Another fact is that these Japanese spider crabs can live up to 100 years, and they also shed their exoskeleton to grow, which means they can regenerate lost limbs. Scientists are still learning a lot about these interesting animals, but one thing's for sure, they help keep ocean floors clean, which is a very important part of their environment. Plus, their unique appearance makes them a favorite among marine biologists and aquarium visitors alike. So next time you think of spider crabs, remember the gentle giant of the deep sea. One of the most unique and elusive creatures on Earth lurks deep in the dark waters, where light hardly reaches and unusual species roam. The big fin squid. Have you heard of it? Probably not. Well, let's get right into it. First things first, what exactly is the big fin squid? Think of this. With their long arms, this looks like a squid from another planet. In fact, up to 10 to 20 times its body length, its arms and tentacles can expand. That's like having arms running from one end of the athletic field towards the other. The magna pinna, or big fin squid, is one of the strangest and scariest animals that have ever been caught on camera. These guys are actually really hard to find because they live around 7,500 feet below the surface of the ocean. That's deeper than 6 Empire State Buildings stacked on top of each other. Things get even stranger from here on out because scientists don't know very much about these things because of how elusive they are. The big fin squid was first seen in 1980s, but no one knew what it was until, wait for it, 1998. As of now, there's only a dozen reported sightings of this really cool guy. Scientists really like to play hide and seek with these things, but when they do show up, they eerily float around with their long arms hanging down, making them look like ghostly marionettes. Big fin squids have arms and tentacles that are so long that they look like threads. They can reach up to 26 feet long. Sorry to pause the video here, but if you like the video so far, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Also, we have a Discord channel. Link is in the description. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll continue the video here. The weird thing is that they keep their arms bent at 90 degrees like they're out in the deep sea catching waves. Why do they do this? Well, actually no one knows for sure, but it makes them look even more alien. So what do these guys actually eat? Well, that's actually a good question because no one knows for sure. But people think that their long, sticky arms help them catch small fish in the deep sea. Like I said, these guys are a total mystery. We still are not sure what they eat or how they even procreate or even the exact amount that still exists of this species. Rising for a moment and then disappearing back into the inky depths, they seem like deep sea ghosts with a feature of an alien. Still, the big fin squid is more than simply a weird deep sea creature. Understanding them explains the huge, unknown expanse of the ocean. Who knows what other strange species are down there, just waiting to be found. I mean, like, if we found these guys in the 1980s, what else can we find now with our better technology? One of the biggest frontiers on Earth remains the ocean, and the big fin squid reminds us of our ignorance about our own world. Thus, keep in mind that there are still otherworldly creatures down there waiting to be discovered. Imagine swimming in the dark ocean where sunlight never reaches, and then suddenly you encounter it. A goblin shark. Why does this even exist? Known as the living fossil, the goblin shark has a large projecting snout, razor sharp teeth, and a body that is shockingly transparent. But wait, this deep monster has something about which to make your skin crawl. And believe me, you will stay around to learn what I was talking about. Often referred to as a living fossil, the goblin shark has been prowling the oceans for more than 125 million years. Among the oldest creatures on Earth, this odd-looking shark has mostly remained unchanged since the era of the dinosaurs. Its ancient beginnings, nevertheless, marks only the start of what follows. The terrible snout of the goblin shark that made it famous in the first place differentiates itself from its cousins like a swordfish gone bad. Electroreceptors packed in the long, flat-snouted nose can sense the smallest electrical impulses produced by darkly submerged prey in the sea. This is the ultimate predator weapon. What's even more frightening is the manner in which it captures its prey. The jaws of a goblin shark is not your typical jaw of a shark. It's actually stretchy. It's capable of launching its jaws forward like a slingshot, stretching them to practically the whole length of its nose and snatching up victims in the blink of an eye. Imagine that you're being pursued by something that has the ability to reach out and grab you without even having time to blink. After it has successfully acquired its prey, the jaw will retract back into the shark's face, giving the impression that nothing has occurred. Over the course of millions of years, the goblin shark has been working to improve its peculiar feeding techniques, which is so effective that it has been perfected. The goblin shark's body is almost completely transparent, as if the monstrous look weren't enough to creep you out. There are blood veins visible beneath its semi-translucent skin, which is the source of its pinkish hue. It is able to blend in with the darkest of the deep oceans thanks to its transparency, which makes it ideal predators for ambush situations. However, there is one horrifying information about the goblin shark that we have not yet shared. It is something that will cause you to reconsider your decision to dive into the deep ocean at this point. Scientists have a limited understanding of the goblin shark's behavior because it is so uncommon for humans to come across it. The information that they do possess, on the other hand, is sufficient to send chills down your spine. Because of this, it is well known that goblin sharks may be found hiding at extreme depths around 300 to 4,300 feet below the surface. The kicker is that it has been known to emerge from depths that is considerably closer to the surface, and that it may even be a lot closer to us. It has been reported that goblin sharks have been discovered in the vicinity of Japan, South Africa, and Portugal. In extreme rare cases, goblin sharks have been caught in fishing nets that have been located near the surface, which means that even though they usually stay in the bottom of the ocean, they sometimes peek in the surface, maybe to get a nibble on other surface-dwelling fish and so on. But imagine this, you're swimming in the surface of the ocean and then you look down and you just get your whole foot suddenly snatched up by a goblin shark. Even if they usually stay in the dark, one always runs the danger of showing up somewhere you least would expect it. If you were swimming along and suddenly you saw the terrible face of a goblin shark feet away, what will you do? That's why it is important to remember that goblin sharks can only lurk in the shadows, ready to surprise you the next time you're out in the ocean. It is a terrifying aspect of the ancient predator, such as the goblin shark, because you will never know when it could surface from the sea, knowing that it could be waiting for you in the depths. Are you brave enough to explore the unknown? Tell us in the comment section below. Thanks for joining us on this underwater adventure. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing ocean stories. Until next time, see you in a bit. Peace.